Cameron Heyward just dropped a truth bomb, calling out Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers behind the drama at the quarterback position. Also, Cordarrelle Patterson is a little bit upset at the Pittsburgh Steelers and exposed it on social media. But first, before I get more into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. Also like this video. Now, let's get right back into it. So, the biggest thing this offseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers during free agency has been Aaron Rodgers and this whole thing of where he's going to go. Is he going to sign with the Steelers? Is he going to go to the Giants? Is he going to go to the Vikings? Well, the Steelers have been waiting on his decision and have been waiting for a long time. And Cameron Heyward is sick of it. He's done with it. He went on his podcast to talk about the 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers decision and how he needs to hurry it up. And he exposed the truth about the matter. So, let's look at what Cameron Heyward had to say about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's his quotes. "I ain't doing that darkness retreat. I don't need any of that. Either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't. It's that simple. That's the pitch. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You can take however long. I think when you start put teams up against others, I don't even like to get into that. That's not my business. I'll never tell a man what to do or how to do it. But if you want to be part of the group, be part of the group." End quote. So, when you look at what Cameron Heyward just said, he was basically just talking for all of Pittsburgh, whether that's the Steelers organization, the Steelers players, and the Steelers fans. He was talking to everyone when he was directing that message towards Aaron Rodgers. Hurry up and make your decision. I made a video on this not too long ago, but Aaron Rodgers is basically stalling the Pittsburgh Steelers' entire offseason. The Steelers need to know how much money they're putting away to sign Aaron Rodgers. If he signs with them, they're not going to have a lot of cap space left. But if he doesn't sign with them, they will. But the Pittsburgh Steelers need to set aside a certain amount of money for Aaron Rodgers, so they can't go out and sign all these big time names in free agency and these big time free agents. They're going to take a big time money. They're going to have to go out and sign all these little signings to kind of fill up their team because they need to put some money aside for a quarterback. So basically, Aaron Rodgers is stalling out the Pittsburgh Steelers' entire offseason because of it. Because if he ends up coming here, then the Pittsburgh Steelers on all these little signings that they've been doing makes sense. But if he doesn't come here, then they're going to have all this money that they didn't spend in free agency and not a good team because they didn't fill their roster good enough with all these bigger name free agents. So, Cameron Heyward is basically exposing the truth about Aaron Rodgers. You want to be here or you don't want to be here. And he's sick of all of it. And this just signals how exhausted Cameron Heyward is of the storyline. And to be honest, him being sick of it is so valid because when you look at Aaron Rodgers, it's either you want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler or you don't want to. And obviously he doesn't want to. This is not his first decision. If his decision is taken this long to make, the Steelers are not his first place he wants to be. He obviously wants to be somewhere else. He obviously wants to go to the Vikings. That's his first option. Pittsburgh Steelers and New York Giants are just a fallback option for Aaron Rodgers. So obviously, if the Vikings don't want to be in on him, then he'll switch over and try to go to either the Steelers or the Giants. But if he's not making this decision right away, it's obvious that he doesn't want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. And he doesn't. It's very clear. So the Pittsburgh Steelers want him to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. So it's either you want to come to this team or you don't. And that's Cameron Heyward's whole thought process. So if Aaron Rodgers does end up coming to the Steelers, in the back of your mind, you're going to have to think and know the whole time, like, hey, he really didn't want to come here. He only came here because he had no other option. It's not because he actually wanted to be here and thought this team was going to win and thought this team had opportunity and he likes the locker room. He likes the guys and the coaching staff and everything like that. It's not because he wants to be here. It's because he had no other option. And that's what's going to end up happening with him if he ends up being here. It's because the Vikings won't want him anymore or the Giants don't want him and they go out and get some other guys and the Pittsburgh Steelers are the fallback option. That's what's going to end up happening. And that's basically what Cameron Heyward is talking about in this situation. You either want to be here or you don't want to be here. Don't let this be the fallback option. Don't let your franchise, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are supposed to be this great organization, end up being a fallback organization in terms of you're delaying everything you're doing for another person to make decisions for you. Your whole offseason is relying on this one guy, and that's not how the Steelers usually work. Also, when you look at why Cameron Heyward is pissed, it could be for both reasons. Aaron Rodgers' whole saga, but also since Big Ben retired, the Pittsburgh Steelers have no clue what they're doing in free agency at the quarterback spot or at the draft at the quarterback spot. They have no clue what they're doing at the quarterback position. And I'll get into it in another video, but they've made some bad decisions and a lot of decisions at the quarterback spot, basically renewing their whole group at quarterback the last 2 seasons, and it just doesn't make sense what they're doing there. They're trying to get a veteran to come in and fill the spots, but they also want a young guy to fill the spot as well. It just doesn't make sense. So the Pittsburgh Steelers at quarterback have no clue what they're doing, and that could be another reason why Cameron Heyward is fed up with his whole Aaron Rodgers saga, and it has to do with both the Steelers organization waiting on him, but also Aaron Rodgers not making a quick decision as well. Anyway, let's move over to a different topic in the video, the Cordarrelle Patterson topic, because Cordarrelle Patterson had an interesting social media post after the Pittsburgh Steelers wished him a happy birthday on social media. You could take that however you want. The Steelers, as an organization, are putting out a happy birthday post on their story on Instagram, and it says happy birthday, Cordarrelle Patterson. And Cordarrelle Patterson didn't take this too good. He actually took it bad. He took this as a bad thing. You would think the Steelers organization putting this out would be a good thing. And it's just like, okay, thank you. But no, he took it as, hey, I didn't even get my own post on the page. I got it on a story. So that's how he took it. I'm going to read to you what he posted on social media after the Steelers wished him a happy birthday. He said this: "Damn, I couldn't even get a post on the page. Lol, you'll know something I don't know? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark." So obviously Cordarrelle Patterson didn't like how the Pittsburgh Steelers did this. And to be honest, it just doesn't make any sense from his standpoint. It's just pettiness. Because not every player is getting their own post of happy birthday. So Cordarrelle Patterson got it. Even though it was on the story, he still got it. And to be honest, when you look at his contract, he's basically saying, do you guys know something I don't? Basically initiating, hey, I might be getting cut. And they know it, so they're not giving me my own post. Which doesn't make sense. Because like I said, looking at his contract, he signed for 2 years, $6 million last offseason. And the Steelers just signed Kenneth Gainwell to a contract, making around $1 million this offseason. This season for the Steelers to be their backup or third option at running back. So Cordarrelle Patterson is going to be making more money than the person the Pittsburgh Steelers just signed. So I don't know how he could be thinking that he's going to get cut. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's just overreacting drama. Anyway, when you look at Cordarrelle Patterson, he initially, why would he get cut? If he's thinking that he may get cut, why would he get cut? Well, he was signed here for the new kickoff rules, for being an elite kickoff returner, one of the best all-time, most touchdowns in NFL history on kickoffs. He was signed here for that reason. Once the rules changed, he was signed to the team. And when you look at how he did on kickoffs, he did absolutely nothing on kickoffs. Seems like every kickoff he returned went for like 10 yards, nothing more. So he was terrible in kickoffs, and to be honest, he was average as a running back and wide receiver threat because he came here as a running back, right? But he was good for maybe a couple games. He showed that elite burst, but other than that, he was basically non-existent the whole season. So him coming in, you have to look at it like, hey, it may be because of the situation, but it's also because of he's getting older in age as well, and he can't do it every game like he used to be able to do it. So if he's thinking he's going to get cut, maybe it's for that reason. Maybe his play is not as good as it is anymore. And he really just needs to stop being petty in the situation because there was really nothing that he turned into something. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on both these topics. Cameron Heyward basically exposing the truth about the Aaron Rodgers saga and how he's fed up with it. Are you fed up with it as well? And do you think that the Steelers should still go out and sign Aaron Rodgers and just wait on him to make this decision? Or they should go and sign a different quarterback and fix the problem? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below how you would fix the Steelers quarterback position this offseason. And also, make sure you comment down below your thoughts on Cordarrelle Patterson being petty. Do you believe he's being petty, or do you think he's in the right here? Also, do you think he should get cut, or he should stick out with the team and the Steelers should keep him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn notifications for everything Pittsburgh Steelers news and updates. throughout this entire free agency period. I've covered it all so far, and I'll continue doing so with all the new news and signings, but also the rumors as well. So subscribe, turn notifications, like the video, and until next time, I'll see you guys all later. I'm out. Peace.